thoughts?
Oh man, I don't want to talk about it. It's a mess-free conversation for the next month or so.
More playmaking from you this year. Kind of saw it out there a little bit today, and Dusty's been talking about it. I guess can you speak to your comfort in that role as a facilitator?
Over the summer, I think it's become much more natural for me to be kind of a facilitator playing the one spot. I kind of got into it at the end of last season a little bit, but just kind of the reps I've been getting over the summer and over the past, few practices we had leading up to kind of the hours we're in now. Just kind of got me more comfortable, and I feel like with the support from my teammates and staff gave me the confidence to be able to go out there and lead. I don't really see it much of as a position change, just me kind of bringing up the ball and initiating some offensive plays.
How much more comfortable in this offense are you just after a whole year of reps? And Dusty said he felt like maybe with so many new, always trying to make sure the coaches are happy, your teammates are happy, that it can take a little while to really find your role and lean into your game.
I feel like going on a year or two under Coach May's system makes me super comfortable being able to be like a returner and kind of already knowing what he wants and kind of like the style of play that he likes. And then being able to implement it into some of these new guys, transfers and freshmen, trying to be able to show them the way that how we were successful last year and kind of build off of that. Kind of run last year, how we would be able to get easy baskets, being able to set our defense evenly, and then being able to build off of that. I think is something that obviously helps us offensively.
As someone who came in as a transfer last year in this system, what is your perspective, and again, another year of change of these new transfers coming in and how they've been adapting to this new system and meshing with everybody?
So I think what Coach May goes in the portal and get is great guys. I think it's easy to gel with great guys. You can see kind of Yaxel and how the way he acts, like a guy with that kind of stature and what he did last year. Like he doesn't have to be this friendly and gentle, so it makes it easier for guys to kind of gel in the court. Guys like Elliott, Adai, where they're goofy off the court, and the personalities kind of make them who they are. And I think that's kind of one way that Dusty likes to recruit guys with their personality first, and that kind of makes it easier for you to gel because there's no egos, there's no selfish ways. I feel like we all just kind of get together off the court, which kind of impacts the way you play on the court.
You said you've been watching UAB highlights. Is there anything in playing with Yaxel that surprised you?
I didn't know how his wingspan is ridiculous. Didn't even have to jump to dunk. He's a terrific defender. You kind of really didn't see that because he didn't really play on ball. He wasn't really an on-ball defender at UAB, but kind of his length and versatility to be able to really guard 1 through 5 is kind of amazing me. His practices where he picks up full court, no matter he may be switchable 1 through 5, but he's also picking up our guards full court is something that you really don't see from a guy like that.
Do you feel like with another year in the system, you are more comfortable switching 1 to 5 and guarding anywhere from point guard to center?
The only exception is Adai. I think he gets the best of us sometimes in practice when we have to go 15, but there's probably 1% of the guys in this league that is being able to do that, and he's one of them. So I feel comfortable, kind of with, the weight room with Coach Matt, being able to put more muscle on my body and then being able to be versatile, switching 1 through 5. I think it definitely benefits us a lot, being able with our size and length and athleticism.
And what are some of the things that Adai just does really well and it makes him unique?
I probably played this guy, Adai, 3 or 2 times in my career. Didn't know how much of a good passer he was. He's probably one of the better passers I played, obviously behind Danny Wolf. One of the better passers in the mid-post that I've ever played with. You kind of just throw the ball at the high post and just cut, and the ball just happened to find you. So that's one thing I selfishly appreciate. Then obviously his ability to just, distract all the layups around the rim, being able to clean up all the misses and stuff like that is just something you can't teach, especially with his size and length.
Dusty was saying how nice it is to have Adai, Malik, and the third lob threat. Merez, yeah, 3 lob threats in this offense. Can you talk about what kind of a layer that adds to everything you guys are trying to do?
I think that takes a lot of pressure off of me personally, being able to kind of get into the painted area and being able to just throw it as high as I want to. Those guys will be able to get it, and also I think that gives us an advantage on the offensive guys. Being able to attack the offensive glass. Merez is outstanding offensive rebounder. Same with Malik and Adai. Their size and length gives us the ability, us guards, kind of take some pressure off them to be able to go in there and get some rebounds, and also, the kind of pressure we want to put on the rim. Teams are going to be scared, jumping out of the way when they see all those carefree. I feel like playing with a guard like that who gets everybody involved. One thing immediately when I noticed when he came on the campus was how like the pace of play in which he plays. He likes to get the ball fast, and that's something that Dusty wanted to really embrace going into his next season, is being able to play up and down the court, being able to be more conditioned than the other team. So his ability to be able to push the floor up to me, I think he's become a great, outstanding shooter. I feel like he shot the ball too. Over the course of the summer, it's been a steady build-up, and throughout his work in preparation, I feel like he's become way better since when he first stepped on campus.
Have you seen even another step from Namari and Will?
I think I probably said this before, but I think that Namari is like the perfect leader as far as for transfers and new guys coming in. If you are confused on what to do, you just follow Namari. He's always had the steady incline, the steady hill where he's always just getting better just by the basics. I think that's one thing Namari does well. He does the basics really well. Probably the best I've ever seen. As far as like stretching, taking care of his body, lifting, you're gonna know what you're getting out of Namari every day. Same with Will.
The toughness drills, you probably didn't need them because you've been in the Big Ten for a while, but how crazy are those, and what does it help?
I think the toughness drills is kind of BS, but it's great preparation. I'll air that out. It's great preparation for the Big Ten. Obviously, it's a physical league. And we know with these high expectations, stuff may not go the way we want to. I know that the road atmosphere isn't always the best, but we got to be able to play longer and in those environments. I feel like these toughness drills helps us. It kind of paints the image that we want, being able to attack the glass on the defensive and offensive side, and being able to be tough with the ball. The turnovers was a big problem we had last year, so being able to be a tougher, stronger, more connected team, more conditioned team is something that we strive to be this next season.
Do you think these toughness drills are something that has become more tough or more challenging as compared to last year, just as kind of Dusty's adjusted to like the physicality of the Big Ten?
Absolutely. I think the first few games of the season, Dusty kind of acknowledged the physicality that we were supposed to play with. I think teams like Maryland, Illinois, Iowa, Purdue beat up on us like pretty well because our guys didn't really understand the physicality aspect of it, and that's when we kind of introduced these toughness drills to be able to, I think our managers does a great job of being able to give us game-like reps. I mean, they beat up on us, and I'm very grateful because they don't have to, do that. They come here and they volunteer to give their all and make us better. And honestly, it's just kind of that physicality that we need to play with, especially in this league. And I think that's what kind of separates Big Ten from the rest of the programs.
Do you see yourself becoming more of a vocal leader this year as compared to last year?
I've been trying. It's hard for me because I've never really been a vocal guy pretty much all my life. So just kind of breaking out of my shell. I'm kind of the senior, I'm kind of the old guy now. It's kind of a different perspective that this is what I have to do in order for us to be successful. It's either do I be selfish and not speak, or do I be selfless and kind of speak out, showing our teammates stuff they see, because that's one of my gifts, being able to read the game in a different way.
So you don't anticipate toughness being an issue with this team, because some of the guys they brought in don't seem like that's going to be an issue.
Absolutely. I don't think toughness will ever be an issue moving forward. Through Coach May's reign here at Michigan, but definitely not this year. I feel like we've done a great job in the weight room, great job in the summer practices of initiating contact and initiating with kind of the physicality we want to play with. And I think that we will be one of the tougher teams, to play against.
How has your jump shot come along this offseason? Has that been a focus, or?
It has been a focus. I kind of just go by it day by day. Try to keep my mind out of it as much as possible and just focus on the details, the small things. Ton of reps with Coach Mike, being able to just get reps, and then those reps coming in practice reps, and then just feeling more comfortable and confident every day.
Roddy, what do you think a year 2 jump will look like for LJ?
Say again?
What do you think a year 2 jump will look like for LJ?
Oh, year 2 jump for LJ. It's crazy because I think LJ probably had the most the increase as far as production over the summer. He came in and puny freshman, not really muscular at all, but kind of his attention to detail throughout the summer, and kind of the details he put in the weight room. We got these things called strongmans over the summer, and LJ was probably one of the more conditioned and more like the vocal leaders we had. And that's a huge step. Proud for me to see him And everything he's been through, not really playing much his freshman year, and then having such of a big role at the end of the year, and then coming back in the summer with his head on his shoulders the correct way, and being able to lead a new group of guys and kind of the way he had his preparation of leading up to this far.
Maybe your first impression when you played on the same court as Axel.
I think my first impression was just like, at first, it's quiet. We was having morning practices. Not a morning guy. You got to give him till like 9, 10 a.m. to be able to talk to him. But it got a lot better as the practices came on. But at first, like, he's just such a goofy guy. Until he stepped on the court, I think that's where like his seriously and his competitors kick in. And then at that point, it's just like his basketball instincts. He was telling me a story where like he didn't really play, like he didn't think he was gonna play college basketball, and for him to be able to to change that switch and just be able to pick up so much and be the kind of player he is, kind of amazing me. And he pushes me every day to kind of be better. I know that we push each other in practice as far as offensive, defensive. I have dreams and aspirations to be where he is. And you don't get to that level without being the best, playing against the best, and pushing each other.
Did you know much about him before you guys found out that you were going after him?
No, I didn't know much about him. We just see his highlights and like, who's this kid? Seeing a stat sheet of like 30, 20, and 20. I'm like, how's that possible? I told him that, playing at the University like Michigan, playing with me, like, he won't ever have to do that again. I know how hard that probably was on him. I told him, yeah, I help him rebound a little bit. He passed me the ball, I shoot it, I score it. And he's kind of the selfish guy. Like, he just like, I just want assists. It's never really about points for him. I think that was something that, I was shocked by, because you have guys that like, number one transfer in the portal, I want to go for money, I want to go for points, being able to have this role. And his role is, I want to get assists, I want to get rebounds, I want to play defense, I want to win. And that's just kind of speaks to the kind of guys that Coach May wants in his program as winners. And want guys seeking individual goals, individual stats, but more so team success. And I think that's kind of where we are right now.
Yax is obviously a very unique kind of player, but having been around college basketball for a few years, is there anyone you've played against or with that like kind of reminds you of him playstyle-wise?
No.
I'm trying to think. Jeez. So my freshman year, there was a guy, Justice Suing, who was kind of like my senior at Ohio State, and he kind of just showed me the way, his versatility to play like 1 through 5. He was a big, strong Hawaiian guy, but his versatility offensively and defensively kind of reminds me of Yaxel. His ability to play in the mid-range area, even though coaches and analytics hate it, but his ability to be able to play in the mid-range area, step out of the 3 as well, be able to finish at the rim. It kind of reminds me of Justice. If he hears this, I hope he, shout out to him, but that's just kind of the resemblance that I have.
All set?